Namaste, my dear friends. In the last class, we referred by discussing elaboratively import procedure by inviting the attention on the valuation rules, namely customs valuation, determination of value of imported goods rules 2007 as amended up to the Finance Act 2023, which is applicable for our May 2024 exam onwards. Now I am referring to you under the import procedure. If the goods are imported by the importer, instead of clearing for home consumption, he may approach to the Commissioner of Central Tax, to the Commissioner of the Customs to request for warehousing these goods. The goods imported by the importer can request to the Commissioner of Customs to warehouse the goods. In that case, one should know the warehousing procedure. Warehousing chapter is available in our syllabus, especially for final level CA, CMA. Therefore, I am giving the high importance to this particular warehousing. Basically, my dear friends, there are three types of warehousing. One is private warehousing, public warehousing, and special warehousing. Section 57 deals with public warehousing, meaning what? The warehousing under the custody of the Central Warehousing Authority. Central Warehousing Authority. Private warehousing is licensed warehouses, which is if you have sufficient space and buildings to safeguard the goods. In that case, you can approach to the Commissioner of the Customs for the want of license to operate as private warehouse. If the once license granted, you are allowed to warehouse the goods. The goods which is imported by the importer, not cleared for home consumption, but they want to clear the goods to warehouse. First priority will go to public warehouse to warehouse the goods. If there is no public warehouse, or there is a public warehouse but there is no sufficient space available in the public warehouse, the next best priority goes to private warehousing to warehouse the goods. And the importer whose goods has been warehoused supposed to pay warehousing charges. There are warehousing charges which will attract the GST and eligible to avail input tax credit. Similar to that, the one more warehouse is there called as special warehousing, which is obviously carries special provisions, namely public warehouse, section 57, section 58, private warehouse, section 58 capital A of Customs Act 1962, which talks about special warehousing. Exact difference between the public warehouse, private warehouse, comparing with the special warehouse. Public warehouse, private warehouse, there is no physical control by the Department of Customs. It is the responsibility of the in charge of the warehouse to ensure that while clearing the goods from warehouse for home consumption, ensure that in charge of the warehouse should make the payment. In charge of the warehouse can permit the importer to verify their goods, and the importer can bring their buyers to show the stock available in the warehouse for the sale purpose, and all can be dealt by interacting with the in charge of the warehouse. Whereas when you come to special warehousing, it is not so. It is fully under the control of the Department of Customs. You cannot enter in that special warehouse just like that unless permission granted by the Department of Customs, and the customs officer will accompany the importer to show the goods inside what is there. What type of goods is to be warehoused in this special warehouse? Only notified goods. What are those notified goods? Means gold, silver, other precious metals and semi-precious metals and articles thereof, followed by the goods which is going to be sell from duty free shops, such type of what perfumes, cloth, goggles, wallet, the wearing apparel, like that. The precious items also can be warehoused in a special warehouse if the goods are meant for selling through duty free shops of international airport or port, or otherwise the goods belongs to foreign ambassadors, foreign privileged persons, generally foreign embassy, foreign ambassadors. Such persons goods can be warehoused in a special warehousing, which is only by notification can be permitted, fully under the control of the Department of Customs. The lock is with the department warehouse, special warehouse lock, whereas public warehouse, private warehouse, it is not full control owned by the Department of Customs. Customs said, hey, Mr. In charge of the warehouse, you are responsible to ensure the importer should make the payment of import duty when clearing the goods from the warehouse. Further, my dear friends, doubt. I have not at all completed, no, my dear. Just I started, my dear. Tell me, what is your doubt? Yeah. Which one, Amma? Ah, license required to the owner of the warehouse. Suppose you are the owner of the almost all 5 acres of land, in that there are multi-stored buildings are there. You are the owner. You want to operate as warehouse, as a private warehouse, then section 58 of the Customs Act 1962 says that, here Mr. Owner of these premises, you approach by filing an application for the want of license. The Assistant Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner will verify that, and the Commissioner, they are going to recommend to Commissioner, we can able to grant because the premises owned by so and so person for the want of private license is very good premises, the goods can be stored without any damage, can be protected. Like that, if they got impressed, the license will be granted to the owner of the particular premises, who will be act as a what we called the license holder, private warehouse license holder. Then that private warehouse license holder will permit to warehouse the goods of the importer, where the Department of Customs will permit based on the importer submission of yellow color bill of entry, which is known as denominating as goods meant for warehousing. If by following the procedure of warehouse, which I am now going to explain to you, the importer submitted his submissions, the Commissioner will permit to warehouse the goods. When it is coming for warehousing the goods, generally the permission will be granted to warehouse the goods only to public warehouse. If the public warehouse is not available, or the public warehouse is available but space not available to store the goods, in that cases that goods can be warehoused in private warehouse. Commissioner will decide you can clear the goods and store in so and so warehouse. Like that, the permission will be granted. That time the goods removed from the docks and warehouse in a private warehouse. The person who owns the license of private warehouse will permit to store the goods, and he is responsible. Who is responsible? The private warehouse licensee is responsible to ensure to pay the import duty on such warehoused goods at the time of clearing from warehouse for home consumption. Furthermore, my dear friends, Once license is obtained, I am talking about public warehousing, private warehousing. Once license granted, is it, especially private warehousing I'm talking here, is going to be cancelled? Yes. If the licensee, the warehouse in charge, is not comply the provisions of the customs law, in that case, are misusing, causing the trying to cause revenue losses, license will be plugged back. If the license has been cancelled to a particular private warehouse by giving an opportunity of being here, the further no stuffing of the goods into that warehouse takes place. However, whatever the goods has been stuffed before cancellation of license, in that case, that goods will be strictly follow the warehousing procedure. Further, if the goods want to remove from the warehouse where the warehouse license has been cancelled, permitted to remove the goods and warehouse into the another warehouse is permissible, but no furthermore warehousing into that particular private warehouse where the license has been cancelled does not arise, means not further stuffing is allowed because cancellation of warehousing taking place. License here where the license issued under section 57 public warehousing or section 58 private warehousing or section 58 capital A special warehousing, these are the licenses well possible to cancel. Generally, public warehousing, special warehousing strictly will follow the norms, but if they're not followed, obviously license will be cancelled even for the public warehousing, even for the special warehousing, not only for the private warehousing. If it is license has been cancelled, the goods warehoused shall within 7 days from the date on which such cancellation is served on the licensee or with such extended period of time by the proper officer may allow to remove from such warehouse and to another warehouse the goods at the same time before cancellation whatever the goods has been stuffed in that for which warehousing procedure will apply. When you warehouse the goods, you have to execute a bond. This I will present like this, my dear friends. For warehousing, bond, section 59. Section 59, warehousing. Here, section 59 of the Customs Act 1962 specifically demand you have to execute a bond with security or without security, depends upon the risk of the importer. Based on that, Department of Customs will decide. Now, here, what is the bond? What value of the bond? For example, I imported goods worth rupees 20 lakhs, which is assessable value, means valuation done. Valuation done means what? This should be CIF value, which is in Indian rupees. That means what? How you got CIF value? The CIF value of the foreign currency let us say for example CIF value denominated in the US dollars multiply with exchange rate. Which exchange rate here? Very important. Exchange rate of CBIC at the time of submission of mother bill of entry. which is yellow color bill of entry. When I submit the bill of entry, what for? For warehousing the goods. I am making a request. I am submitting bill of entry. White color bill of entry, which denotes goods meant for home consumption without clearing for warehousing. Now, imported goods I want to warehouse. I should execute a bond. I should execute a bill of entry. I should submit the bill of entry. Yellow color bill of entry, which denotes goods meant for warehousing. If so, in that case, at the time of submission of that main bill of entry, namely mother bill of entry, exchange rate available what by the declared by CBSE, exchange rate of the CBSE at the time of submission of yellow color bill of entry for warehousing. That time, that exchange rate of the CBSE relevant. We got it, sir. Then, in that case, that output finally is this. So, why I given so much importance means, my dear friends, once the goods assessed for duty purpose during the tenure of warehousing period, reassessment not possible. And even though assessment incorrect during the tenure of warehousing, reassessment not permissible. This value we derived as 20 lakhs. Very good. If so, on the 20 lakhs, there may be duty of customs. There is BCD. There is a social welfare surcharge. There may be IGST, which all put together, we came to know that, let us say, 2,50,000. That is what we worked out. At the time of import, the duty is levied, the amount comes to rupees 2,50,000, which I am not paying now. I am deferring the payment of duties. The duties I am deferring. Deferred to future period. Thereby, I can able to safeguard my goods into the warehouse even after importation, and I can pay at a later date when I am going to clear the goods from the warehouse. Now, the point comes, if you go to warehouse, why import the goods? Somebody will ask, sir, I import the goods because my exporter selling the goods in bulk. If I purchase more discount is giving. If I purchase less, so expensive for me. Therefore, I purchase the goods in a lot, wholesale manner. Wholesale price lesser than the retail price, as you are aware of that. In that manner, I purchase the huge quantity. I cannot able to stuff the goods into my warehouse in my premises of factory, which is space constraint. At the same time, the carrying cost of this particular warehouse is far lesser than the carrying cost at my premises. For obvious reasons, I can request for warehousing. In that case, defer to future period what? To pay the duties. In that case, department says you now execute a bond with security. What is the value of the bond? Now the law here says that your duty to be levied 2,50,000 multiplied by 3 times of your duty is called as bond value. Thrice the amount of the duty. 7,50,000. Thrice the amount. That is important to note. One can expect in the examination. Thrice the amount of the duty. Bond. Bond plus yellow color bill of entry. Yellow color, bill of entry. This bill of entry I am submitting along with the bond. Therefore, we call together this, together we call here, my dear, yellow color bill of entry plus bond with the security, we called as technically into bond bill of entry. What do you mean by into? Into means into, entering into warehouse, for which bond is executed, bill of entry submitted. Into bond, bill of entry. At the time of submission of the into bond bill of entry, what is the exchange rate of the CBIC is relevant to convert into Indian rupees the CF value of the foreign currency. Once the assessment is completed, reassessment during the tenure of warehousing period does not permit. Very good. Now, we came to know the bond with the security to submit, and absolutely the bond execution I referred to you in the case of a refund case, and in case of a provisional assessment, when we refer under section 60 of the CGST Act, provisional assessment, execution of bond with the security, bond should be in favor of the President of India, then all execute a bank guarantee for that, and all will common. Same you can be considered here as such. Good. Into bond, bill of entry. Now we submit it for the warehousing the goods. Commissioner of Customs verified. Okay, you want to warehouse the goods? You want to warehouse in a private warehouse? Okay, we permit. You are willing to warehouse the private warehouse? Go ahead. Goods can be shipped. See, procedure remains same. Private warehouse, public warehouse, or special warehouse. But special warehouse is a special nature. Very precious, costly items are there. Therefore, the law is in the hands of the Department of Customs. Customs Department only will open the lock to permit to refer the goods, and Customs Department only will open the lock to clear the goods by collecting the payment from the importer. That is separate situation. But the procedure remains same to warehouse. Now, once you understand this particular concept, section 59, we got it now. Further, I will continue from here. Now, goods where it is available in the warehouse. How much worth of the goods? It is 20 lakhs worth of the goods. It may be number of units, am I right? If it is in terms of units kept here, let us say 200 units of air conditioning machines, for example, 200 units of air conditioning machines. Now, how long we can stuff in the warehouse? If the goods are worthy to warehouse, warehousing period is up to 1 year. From the date of warehousing, the goods can be stored in the warehouse for a period of 1 year. For the first 90 days from the date of warehousing, there won't be any interest. After 90 days, from 91 day onwards till the date of your clearance, you are liable to pay interest at the rate of 15% per annum. Sir, I want to clear out of my 200 units which I stuffed in the warehouse, I want to clear now 50 units. After that, 100 units. Thereafter, balance 50 units. In 3 installments, I want to clear the goods. You clear? That time, each time of clearance from the warehouse, you need to submit sub bill of entry, which is denoting in the green color bill of entry, which also be called as sub bill of entry. Why sub bill of entry? because there is a into bond bill of entry followed by part 1 sub bill of entry 50 units, part 2 sub bill of entry 100 units, part 3 sub bill of entry 50 units. Like that you are going to submit based on the mother bill of entry number using in sub bill of entries and submitting from time to time to clear the goods from the warehouse. Allowed to permit. In that case, if I want to clear the goods 50 units, look here, first clearances 50 units. What is the value? CF value 50 units, CF value how much? See here 20 lakhs is equal to 200 units. In that case, for 50 units, it is 5 lakhs. Therefore, CF value 5 lakhs. That is unaltered. When you're going to clear first clearances at a later date, clear 50 units, part by part can clear. CF value how much? 5 lakhs, because 50 units you're clearing. When you're going to clear that particular 50 units as on that date, BCD, social welfare surcharge plus IGST you liable to pay. What rates? Not the rate was prevailed at the time of warehouse my goods. At the time of clearing the goods from the warehouse. Clearing the goods from the warehouse, we used to call it as X bond bill of entry. We can call sub bill of entry. We call green color bill of entry. We can also call technically X bond bill of entry. Already executed a bond for 7,50,000 rupees, thrice the amount of the duty. Under that bond only the goods has been stopped. Warehouse goods, bonded warehouse is a bonded warehouse. If so, I am debonding 50 units, 100 units, thereafter 50 units. Like that I can clear the goods as per my requirement. In that case, I have to submit X bond bill of entry, nothing but sub bill of entry, nothing but green color bill of entry. So at the time of submission of X bond bill of entry, as on that date, the rate of BCD, that rate of social welfare surcharge and IGST as on that date will be applied. As on the date of clearance. At a later date, if I am clearing 100 units, CF value will be 10 lakh. In that case, as on the date of clearing the second clearances, that time rate of BCD, social welfare surcharge, IGST will be applied. Finally, I am going to clear 50 units, CF value 5 lakhs. As on the date of clearing the 50 units as a final clearances, that time what is rate of BCD, IGST is going to apply. Reason, taxable event for warehouse goods is at the time of clearing the goods from the warehouse. Taxable event is at the time of clearing from warehouse. These are the points already there in the material. If you refer, my dear, here, you come across, see, I mentioned here the rate of exchange, rate of duty. Point number 1, point number 2, what I mentioned here, I explained in the given case. Sir, what about this one? How long the goods can be warehoused? For a maximum period of 1 year, if the goods are not deteriorating. If the goods are deteriorating less than 1 year, then the department will decide the time period to warehouse the goods. It may be 3 months, it may be 4 months. Like that, department will fix the duration for the goods based on the nature of the goods. Now, further presenting here. Once you understand this concept, Here I mentioned a particular point number 3, rate of duty. What is this entire story talks about here? Dear friends, actually permission granted to warehouse the goods because of nature of the goods like that, 4 months. Goods has been stuffed into the warehouse 1st January 2024. Permission granted to warehouse for 4 months. By 30th April 2024, you should remove the goods from the warehouse. This particular person not remove the goods by 30th of April. In that case, he has the right to apply for the want of extension of warehousing period. For the want of extension of warehousing period. If the goods are worthy to warehouse furthermore, it may be further can be extended as per the request of the importer. Is to be in the hands of the Department of Customs. Department of Customs may reject to extend or they may permit to extend, depends upon the nature of the goods. Now, my dear, a case where I have not cleared the goods on the date of expiry of warehousing period, nor I obtained permission for extension. Neither I cleared the goods as on the date of expiry of warehousing period, nor I obtained the extension of warehousing period. When the department finally issued a notice to me in the month of May, in the month of June, department he said, are you going to clear the goods? Shall we sell off the goods through auction? Then I woke up and running to department on 30th of June 2024 by submission of ex-bond bill of entry, namely sub bill of entry, to clear the goods from the warehouse. That time, what rate of BCD as on what date is applicable means the date on which you ought to be removed but not removed. Ought to be removed when? Speak out quickly in the given example. Loudly. Loudly. 30th April. As on the date, rate of BCD. As on the date, the rate of IGST is applicable for the given case, not the date on which you cleared the physically on 30th of June 2024, which is improper clearances said by the Supreme Court of India in the case of Keso Ram Ryan case. In the case of Keso Ram Ryan case, the Honorable Supreme Court of India said in the given case, the rate of BCD prevails as on the date out to be removed but not removed. That rate is applicable, not the date of physical removal, which is improper removal. Reason for the 30th of June 2024 removal of the goods from the warehouse for which you have not obtained the permission for extension. Therefore, that is called improper removal. As on the date of 30th of June 2024, the BCD also be improper. That is what this point number 3 here speaks. Now please come back. Here we are. Into bond bill of entry submitted. Goods has been warehoused. Part by part I can be clear. When I clear part by part, rate of duty as in rate of clearances is applicable because the goods has been cleared well within the licensing period, well within the time period permitted to warehouse the goods. Now tell me, what procedure of warehousing you have to follow? First, importer should submit into bond bill of entry, where execute a bond thrice the amount of the duty along with the security. Department of Customs, Commissioner will verify and permit you to warehouse the goods. That time it may be public warehouse, it may be private warehouse. If the goods are notified, it may be special warehouse. Depends. How long the warehousing can be kept? For a maximum period of 1 year if the goods are worthy to warehouse in general. For the first 90 days, there won't be any interest. Thereafter, from 91 day onwards till the date of clearances, they are liable to pay interest at the rate of 15% per annum. till the rate of clearances. Till the rate of clearances, they have to pay 15% interest per annum from 91 day onwards. This is what the procedure. Now, if I am a EOU, 100% export one unit, what for I am importing? You know, my dear friend, I am importing the goods only with the intention after manufacture in India, I am going to export. I am a 100% EOU. For me, how long I can warehouse my goods? As you like manner, you can able to keep the goods for you. No time limit applicable. It may be capital goods I imported, or if I import the other than the capital goods, as the case may be, I am allowed to warehouse as a EO unit till I clearances. Unlike of other importers import the goods to warehouse for a period of maximum 1 year, such a case not applicable to me. This point, I simplified manner, diagrammatic manner, I presented for your kind consideration. Here. In the case of EOU, 100% export world unit, or EHTP, Electronic Hardware Technology Park, STP, Software Technology Park units, like that. You can also have Biotechnology Park, like that. The taxpayers, the duty and the importers are them. If the category belongs to EOU nature, then they are allowed to warehouse after import inputs as well as capital goods till their clearances. For them, no time bound period. Whereas for other than the EOU, EHTP, STPs, time period to warehouse the goods for a maximum period is 1 year, within which for the first 90 days no interest, from 91 day onwards at the rate of 15% interest per annum supposed to pay by them. Got the clarity, my dear friends? As simple as this. Now, Section 64 of the Customs Act 1962, owner's right to deal with the warehoused goods is available. The owner of any warehoused goods may, after warehousing the same, inspect the goods, deal with their containers in such manner as may be necessary to prevent loss or deterioration or damage to the goods, sort the goods, show the goods to the prospective customers for sale. Since the physical control is abolished in case of public warehouse, private warehouse is only now available for special warehousing. If the importer wanted to go and verify his goods in the special warehouse, that importer should pay merchant overtime charges, MOT charges, to Department of Customs. Customs officer will come for you, specifically open the lock of the special warehouse, will show your warehouse goods to you and to your customers. Merchant overtime charges you have to pay. That is not applicable in the case where the supply of goods to the warehouse goods are warehoused by the importer in the public warehouse or private warehouse. Merchant overtime charges not applicable because the physical control of the custom department not available on those warehoused goods which is warehoused into public or private warehouse. Now I have a doubt, fundamental doubt. Tell me, Mrs. X Limited, registered person under GST, IEC code holder, means importer cum exporter code holder. Now this fellow imported the goods and warehoused in special warehouse. under section 58 capital A, warehouse the goods, special warehouse. Now he wanted to have physical verification. Physical verification for which merchant overtime charges rupees 12,000 paid to customs department. He is a registered person, business entity. My doubt here is X Limited paid 12,000 rupees to custom department, supplier of service, Department of Customs, government, recipient of service, business entity. The value of a consideration more than 5,000. The business entity X Limited is a registered person, meaning their turnover in the previous year exceeded the threshold for registration. Now tell me, this particular supply made by the custom department to the business entity by charging rupees 12,000 is, first tell me, is it taxable supply or exempted supply? If taxable supply, is a FCM or RCM? First, taxable or exempted? If it is taxable, is a FCM or RCM? If you say correctly, I will say hats off to you, my dear friends. It is what our Rafi sir class. Rafi sir class is something different than the others. That can I assure. Rafi sir will give the guarantee. Huh. Oh, your answer is taxable supply. So forward charge or reverse charge? FCM is your answer. Any other answer, my dear friends? Everyone should answer, Amma. Any other? Sorry. It is not taxable, my dear. It is exempted supply. Have I not referred in the government sector? Exempted supply of service where merchant overtime charges paid to Department of Customs. It is exempted, na? Have I referred any exemption withdrawal? Let's check, because my friend said like this means I have to recheck. Now straight away in your course material, government sector exemptions, I have been dealt separately, elaboratively for a kind consideration. Exempted supply, which include page number. Yes, page number 84. Here, point number, what we can call here, say, merchant overtime charges. Not this one. This particular, what we can call it, government sector. Tell me point number, sir. Point number, tell me, please. Here. Yes, you see. See, my dear. Merchant overtime charges. Merchant overtime charges. Exempted. Questions will come like that in the exam also. If I am the paper setter under the customs, I will look the GST provisions. Yes. Now please come back. Now you won't going to forget. This is how to overcome the difficulty to recall. Revision. Revision only is a weapon to overcome the difficulty to recall the provisions. Any difficulty to recall provisions? Only we have one source, revision. You decide first framework. Whose classes I am going to listen? Who's my faculty? Mr. Rafi. If selected, you trust him. Mr. Rafi will take. You decide Mr. Rafi only by inquiring with your friends how Mr. Rafi takes the class. It's good. Select by inquiry. Is information, is decision making. Collect the information, evaluate the information, select the best. Select it, Rafi sir. Then stick with the Rafi sir. What Rafi sir given the material, what workbook, what he is explaining. Within that boundary, if you strictly stand, you will have a framework. Then once you complete, again come for revision. Otherwise, that book, that faculty, this faculty, and a special class of one person is coming and freely giving classes. If you go like that, you forget from where you started. Not only for IDT, I am telling you, for any subject, my dear friends, is your liberty. You are the decision maker. Where to go and join. I never going to say you join some X faculty, Y faculty. Many students will ask me, sir, direct test where I can go? Sir, FR where I can go? I do not know. You ask your friends. I will say, I did it myself because my classes I should be promoted. Na? I did not, officer. Please come, I will take care. But others I do not know. You please encourage your friends. They will be say correctly. So, is the way in which you have to overcome the difficulty of recalling the memory by going through within a framework of the syllabus. The syllabus should be framed yourself. It is my uh, subject. FR is a subject. IDT, DT is my subject. So and so, this person, my faculty. Fine. With that only you have to go. Do not invite multiple. Your mind will say, that question may going to come. This whatever question may going to come. It depends upon the concept. Strong with the concept, sufficient. Concept should be clear. And revise it. 3 hours neatly you can write 100 marks, whatever may be the question paper. Best brains of India, you people are. First attempt you have to clear. You writing one group, no, one group you have to clear. Both the group writing, both should clear. That's it. No second and third should come. But you have to work hard. Hard work is what? Revision is hard work. That's important. So I think you will do that best manner. Now please come back, my dear friends. Where we are? Warehousing. In the case of warehousing, special warehousing, where access to special warehousing was important only with the help of a customs officer who will open the lock of the special warehouse and permit you to come inside and check your goods. And after you left, he will lock it and will hold the key in his hands. For doing so, Department of Customs appointing customs officer to look into the matter by paying extra charges by the importer to the Department of Customs. That is called as merchant overtime charges. That merchant overtime charges absolutely free from GST because it is exempted supply, my dear friends. That is the reason. Now please come back. We are in the warehousing provisions we are referring. In that, we have come across all these points. So we understood this particular access to the premises of the warehouse, section 64. Such a merchant overtime charge is not there in the case to access the private warehouse or public warehouse where physical control of the department not there. That's why no merchant overtime charges liable to pay. My dear friends, I would like to bring to notice some amendment is taken place from 1st April 2023, but it is not made effective. Section 65A has been brought into force. In the section 65 is there, for which they have added here section 65 capital A. What is it says, no? If the goods are imported and warehouse, in the warehouse, manufacturing is permitted. I imported the product P. I manufactured after warehouse in the warehouse, I can manufacture into product F, and that goods can be exported. Generally, UO units used to do that. Now they introduce a particular concept. Hey, UO unit, you want to manufacture the goods in the warehouse, after warehousing the goods, after importation? Yes, sir. Pay the import duty and warehouse. And you carry out the manufacturing unit. But it is not implemented, my dear sir. Very clearly, Institute said, not applicable for the May 24 examination. May be applicable to the November 24 examination. Same way for the June 24 examination of CMA Final, this section 65A is not applicable. That's why I mentioned here at the end. Look here, very careful. New provision, section 65A of the Customs Act 1962 have not become effective till 30th November 2023. Therefore, this provision, I can say that not applicable to CA Final May 24 and CMA Final June 24 examination, not applicable. It is also mentioned in our RTP, applicable for May 24, very clearly mentioned. It is not applicable for the examination. Now please come back. Let's have the numeric example in this regard. One RTP question, examination question is available. I am lifting that from our workbook. One of our study material problem, CA Final and CMA Final study material problem. It was examination problem, also be there in the RTP. One of the RTP is there. Reading as follows. On our warehousing provisions, perfect problem it is. Whipple imported certain goods in May. An into-bond bill of entry was presented on 14th May and goods were cleared from the port for warehousing. Assessable value on that date was 1 lakh US dollar. The order permitting the deposit of the goods in the warehouse for 4 months was issued on 21st May. Whipple deposited the goods in warehouse on the same day but did not clear the imported goods even after the warehousing period got over on 21st September. A notice was issued under Section 72 of the Customs Act 1962 demanding the duty and interest. Whipple cleared the goods on 14th October. Compute the amount of duty and interest payable by Whipple while removing the goods on the basis of the following information. Exchange rate notified by the CBIC on 14th May 65.20 paise, 21st September 65.40 paise, 14th October 65.50 paise. Basic custom duty on 14th May 15%, 21st September 10%, 14th October 12%. Integrated tax leviable under Section 3, subsection 7 of the Customs Tariff Act is exempted. Ignore agricultural and infrastructure development cess. Excellent problem it is, my dear friends, for our application. Now, I have already given all the information from this how to apply. When the goods are imported, presented into bond bill of entry on 14th May, requested to warehouse. Department referred that the order permitting the deposit of goods in warehouse for 4 months was issued on 21st May. So permission granted to warehouse the goods on 21st May. Vipul deposited the goods in the warehouse on the same day but did not clear the imported goods even after the warehousing period got over on 21st of September. Very good, no problem. For the time being, what's the value? They said assessable value means CF value in dollars. How many dollars here it is? $1 lakh. Multiply Indian rupees because I want CIF value in rupees. Here, which date exchange rate should be considered? 14th May, 21st May or 14th October? 14th May is the right answer in the given case. 65 rupees 20 paise, which is in Indian rupees 65 lakhs 20,000. Very good. Excellent. Now, they said here warehousing is only for 4 months. That warehousing period got over on 21st September, they said. Have I cleared on 21st of September? No. When I cleared 14th October. If so, on 14th October to clear, have I obtained the permission for extension? In that case, 14th October is called improper removal. The goods out to be removed but not removed, which is 21st September. What rate of duty prevailed on 21st of September? The date out to be removed but not removed is 21st of September in the given case. What rate of duty is available? 10%. That is applicable. So here, basic custom duty 10% is, which comes here 6 lakhs 52,000. 65 lakhs 20,000 on which 10% is 6 lakhs 52,000. And wherever BCD is there, you have to charge social welfare surcharge 10% on BCD, which is 65,200. They said IGST nil. Agricultural and infrastructure cess ignore. Then you will get here total custom duty CD, which is how much? 71 7 lakh 17,200, correct. 7 lakh 17,200 is the total custom duty. Very good. So now we got custom duty, but they're asking here not only custom duty but also interest payable. How much they're asking? Interest at the rate of 15% per annum. Interest is 15% per annum. Now number of days we should be able to count. From which date they have been warehoused the goods here? Permission granted 21st of May. 21st of May the goods has been warehoused. The count reckoned from 21st of May. Warehoused goods. The period of warehousing. 7 lakh 17,200 correct. First 7 lakh 17,000 is correct answer. We got. Then apply the application. The number of days from the day one of the deposit. From the day one of the deposit. I mentioned here Keso Ram Ryan case also of our Honorable Supreme Court of India judgment, because the rate of duty prevailed at the time of supposed to clear the goods but not cleared. That date is relevant. If you clear at a later date for which permission not obtained, that is not considered as a relevant rate to apply. Now, coming to number of days when they have been warehoused, 21st of May. So The count reckoned here, my dear sir, for the computation of interest. You know interest. What rate of interest? The rate of 15% per annum. Now, in that case, here from 21st May to when they clear the goods, 14th October. 14th October. So many number of days you have to consider for interest at the rate of 50% per annum, which I am computing here. Here. Number of days delay for which interest is here. See, the period of 90 days commencing from the date of order made under 60 expires. 90 days. So, in the month of May, they said no, 14th May, am I right? The 14th May only they said, correct? 21st May, 21st May, yes, 21st May, 21st May, warehousing is 21st May. So, from 21st May to 90 days ends when? If you refer here, my dear friends, 31 minus 21 days. So, count taken from 22nd means here 10 days, May, June 30, July 31, August 31, August 31 remove 9 plus August 19. So 19th of August 90 days. That is, I will tell you here how you got this 90 days. 90 days means here 19th August. 9 days. How you got 9 days here means, my dear friends, here May month, May, June, July, August. 90 days purpose only. May, 21st May, they warehouse the goods. And we are going to count reckoned from next day onwards. 21st of May, warehouse the goods. 90 days count reckoned from next day. That means in the month of May, 31 days minus 21 means the date of deposit 21st of May. Eliminate. So in the May month, 10 days plus June month, 30 days, July 31. Then here if it is 19, it is a 90 days. That is 10 plus 30 plus 31 plus 19, which is 90 days. So 19th August is 90 days. Thereafter, number of days, that is delay number of days, further beyond 90 days. Here, August month, balance number of days, 31 minus 19, 12 days. August, September, 30 days. October they removed on 14th. So last date of removal also count 1 day. Therefore, here almost all 56 days. So my dear sir, the interest will apply on that 7,17,200 at the rate of 15% per annum here. 7,17,200 multiplied by 15% per annum into the number of days. How many you got here? 56 days. Here you got no? 56 days. Beyond 90 days. So 56 days divided by 365 days. How much comes work out? 7,17,000, 7,17,200 multiplied by 15% into 56 divided by 365 days. How much comes? 16,505 is the amount of interest, is the amount of what we can call duty should pay by Vipul. Here also 16,605. is the interest to be paid. 90 days, first 90 days, no interest. Count account, if you deposit today, from tomorrow onwards, count account. Last date of removal, last date of what we can call removal, inclusive for the rate of interest purpose. So count for the first 90 days, no interest. From 91 days till the date of clearance, last date of clearance also inclusive, to pay the interest at the rate of 15% per annum. We are applied here. So we applied here the exchange rate concept, we applied here the computation of duty concept, we also applied here delay in clearance of the goods from the warehouse beyond 90 days, interest at the rate of 15% per annum also we come across. That's why I said this is a very good problem one can expect in the examination from the warehouse chapter. If appearable, that will be this problem. It is your steady metal problem, CA, CMA, steady metal problem it is. With this, I can say that the warehousing procedure is concluded for your batch.